I've just sent out this month's promotion, or one of this month's promotions on Udemy, and I thought it'd be interesting just to make a video for you to explain exactly how I do it, because I do have to have a little system here because it can be quite time consuming. Now, the detail of this process is something I've developed over a period of time, and because I have got over 30 courses, I can't send out one course per day, one promotion. In fact, because I can send out two promotions per course per month, that could be 60 promotions, which could be two promotions a day. That would mean that students who are in multiple courses would be getting bombarded with promos from me. So you've got to come up with something a bit smarter and a bit clever. What I've done is I've grouped my courses into four broad topics: entrepreneurship courses, marketing courses, online business courses, and then those courses which are related to creating courses for Udemy and on other platforms. So I've got four groups of courses. Now, as I said, I can send two promotional emails per course per month. So if you're in one of my courses, just one of my courses, you might expect to get one promo email from me in a month. And if you were in six and I was sending out one at a time, you would be getting 6 promo emails per course, but actually you'd be 12 if I sent out 2. So you see how they could quickly mount up. And the problem with doing that is that if you do that, students will get far too many promotional emails and they'll feel bombarded by your promotional emails. And when they feel bombarded, they unsubscribe. And this is one of the things that Udemy looks at very carefully, because Udemy loves marketing to existing students because they know they're the best people to sell courses to. And if you start bombarding your students with so many courses that they start unsubscribing to emails, Udemy will penalize you to stop you doing it so they stay subscribed. Do you see the problem? Okay, so this is what I do. First of all, I say, okay, which group am I going to send out? And let's say it's the entrepreneurship courses. In fact, I've just sent out emails to my 12 marketing courses. I then decide on the price of the promotion. Now, I normally do a $10 promotion when I do it. I found that, frankly, anything on Udemy above $10 really doesn't convert terribly well. I do restrict the number of coupons to either 10 or 25, and I do restrict the duration of the offer, normally to 24 or 48 hours. Now, there's a couple of reasons for this. One, I want to create scarcity. And secondly, if I am sending out batches of promotions over the period of the month, I want one to have finished before the other one has arrived. So I'm creating scarcity both in terms of the quantity of coupons and in terms of the duration of the offer. I then go through all the courses that I'm making the offer for and create the coupon for the course. And that can be, a fairly straightforward process, but you do have to do it. And you also need to get the link from that coupon. Now, I then turn my attention to the announcement, and normally I go into Evernote. So I have somewhere I've got a record of the announcement, and I draft out the announcement. It wants to have a simple, easy to understand, catchy title. And then the announcement itself wants to have a little bit of an introduction, the coupon codes, and then at the back end you want to say things like, remind people of their 30-day money-back guarantee so there's no risk. Remind them of the scarcity. Encourage them to act now, and then when you sign off, always have some sort of PS. And then in the middle, you want to have the title of the courses and the link to the courses in there. I also create a little image in Keynote or PowerPoint, which is the just highlighting the promotion, and I sometimes put my photograph, like a passport photograph, at the bottom of the sign-off block, just to top and tail it, but I don't do that every time. So that's what the announcement looks like. And then I have to open up the courses to send the promotion to those courses. I will, in the lecture notes that accompany this, put in an example of one of my emails so you can see what I'm talking about. And if you're reading this on the blog post, I'll put it in the blog post. So I open up the courses I'm going to send the promotion to, and I tend to open them up in a whole series of tabs so they're across the page, because I try to do this as a batch. I then go into communications, go to promotional messages and say create promotional message. And I go through all the courses that I'm sending you to at once. So I go through that process one at a time. Then I go back to the beginning and I copy and paste the title into every single one of those courses. So you see it's a sort of real batch system. Then I go back and I copy the announcement from Evernote and I paste it into every single one of the courses I'm sending the announcement out. Now, one of the niggles in Udemy is sometimes the formatting goes wrong. I can't really describe it. You'll know it when you see it. Either the formatting you've got in the Evernote doesn't work, or sometimes it just produces gobbledygook. Check your the pasted message, make sure that it's right, and very often you will have to go through and correct the bit that's gone wrong. I don't know why this happens. I wish I could solve it. You just need to make sure that your message is as you want it and it makes sense, and that the links work, so your links are live. Then I go back to the beginning again and I add the promotional image, normally to the top of the promotion. And sometimes if I'm doing my little photo at the bottom, I then go through them all again and I add the bottom image. Now, if I'm sending out, as I said, just sent out these marketing promotions, and I've got 12 marketing courses. So I've sent out a promotion saying, get on with your marketing. Here's a chance to get more of my marketing courses. But if I'm sending an announcement to the students in my Copywriting 101 course, I don't want to be sending them an offer to that course. So you need to go through all your courses and make sure that you're not sending a promotional offer to the students who are already in that course. So you need to go through and edit your announcement to take out any of those duplications of course and student, if you see what I mean. So you remove the offers where they, the courses where they correspond to the offers. So you understand what that involves. Now, this is where I get into the cascade system. And again, this is important to get this right. The point is that you don't want to send students who are in multiple courses more than one email. And this is how you get over this. Let's go to the first promotional message you're sending. So it's to course A. So you have your course A. That's easy. You can send the promotional message to course A. Now you have to go to course B and exclude the students from course A. And I go through all the courses and exclude the student from course A. And then I press send to course B. Then I go to course C and I go through and exclude the students in the rest of the announcements from course C, and then send the announcement to course C, and it's not being sent to students in course A and B. With course D, I send it to course D, but excluding students from A, B, and C, and so on. So you see how it works. I always leave the start date and the end date blank, and I always include all students at whatever stage they're at. And by cascading it like this, although it's a real pain to do, you know that in that particular block of promos, you will only send one promo out to students in one course, who are in one course. So no student, if they're in multiple courses, will get more than one email if you follow that rubric. It is a bit of a pain to do, but it's actually quite important to do, because otherwise a student will get 6 emails on one day, and they really don't like that. And when they start to get bombarded like that, they start unsubscribing, and unsubscribing means penalties. So you want to avoid that at all cost. Then you send out the promos. Once you've got the cascade system set up, you can send out the promos. Now, at the end of the promo period, I like to review the number of coupons that have been taken up by each student, in each course, and also the income generated. So I get some feel for how successful it has been. It's also quite helpful that Udemy shows you the success of each promo. So it shows you how many clicks and how many opens there were. So that also shows you the success over time of your different promotional announcement, which is really helpful. I would recommend, in order to keep things fresh, that you do try to create a new course at least every couple of months, so that you've got something new to promote. You're just not promoting all your old courses all at the same time. So that is the system. That is how I promote my courses on Udemy. I hope you found that helpful. As you can see, if you've got a lot of courses and you want to get your promotion sent out twice a month, you really have to be strategic, and you have to have a system to make sure that, on the one hand, your students get an opportunity to invest in more of your courses, but on the other hand, they don't feel so snowed under by your promotional emails that they start switching off and unsubscribing. So that's how I do it, and hopefully you'll find that helpful for the promotion of your own courses.